Hi, I'm Diane Kometa, and today on Dishin with Di, I'm going to show you how to make my easy chicken empanadas. These are the perfect little appetizer packed with a lot of flavor and a Mexican flair. Let me show you what you need and you can get started today on Dishin with Di. You need a prepared pie crust, some cream cheese that's been softened, some garlic powder, ground cumin, and salt, some prepared salsa, some green chilies that have been chopped, some fresh cilantro that's been minced, some cooked chicken breast that's been finely chopped, some finely shredded Mexican blend cheeses, and an egg that's been lightly whisked. You also need a little bit more salsa for serving and some sour cream. Now I have my oven preheating to 400 degrees, and additionally I have a baking sheet here that I've lined with some parchment paper, and I have a glass. Now this is about 3 inches wide. I would normally use a biscuit cutter 3 inches, but I don't have one for some reason. So the next thing you need is either a little ice cream scoop. This measures out 1 tablespoon or a tablespoon. So when you scoop everything, you have equal amounts that are going to go into each empanada. Now the first thing that we're going to do is into our bowl here, we're going to take our cream cheese and put that in, along with the garlic powder, the cumin, and the salt. That all in there. And the salsa. Now I have some homemade salsa. I have a recipe for it, but I'm kind of being bad today and I bought this at the store. So I didn't need too much. That's why I bought it in the jar. But you can go ahead and get my homemade salsa recipe. It's really good. So that goes in, and then the chilies. Now these are mild. You can get spicier ones if you want to, but I don't like too much heat. And cilantro. And this has been very finely minced. I love cilantro. I love the flavor it adds to things, and especially in this. It really gives it that real Mexican flavor. And we're just gonna mix this together with our fork. I mean, this is so easy. It's just getting everything together that takes a little bit of time. Now we're gonna take that finely minced or finely chopped chicken breast. Now, I actually went and I got one of those rotisserie chickens at the store. It makes it so much easier because they already season them and everything, and then you just chop that up. So, you know, why bother cooking something? That's what makes this appetizer so great. It's just bing, bang, boom, and you're done. That's a technical term, bing, bang, boom. Now take the cheese and add that in as well, and then just give it a good mix. Okay, that looks good, and now I'm just going to set this aside and get my pie crust ready. So I have my baking sheet lined with parchment paper, and I have a cutting board here, and I'm just going to put the pie crust on the cutting board. And I also have a little bit of water here, so I just wanted to let you know that, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that. So just get your pie crust all laid out, and then take your glass or your biscuit cutter and then just go around, and very close together you're just going to cut out circles. So just take it and turn it like that, okay? And then it'll just come away. And then with the circle, you're just going to take the circle and put it onto your baking sheet. So I'm just going to continue here and get all my little empanada circles ready, and then we'll fill them up. Okay, here are all my little empanada dough circles, and these guys here are a little odd because I kind of pieced the dough together at the end. So now we're ready to start filling them. So with my ice cream scoop, I'm going to put a little bit into each one, 1 tablespoon. But before I do that, I have a little bit of water here. And what I'm going to do is just take my finger, and before I fill it, I'm just going to wet the edge of it, just like so. Okay, so just have your water ready, and then get 1 tablespoon and put that in the center, just like that. And then pull it over, just get it in there, and then pull it over, and then push it down like that. And then with a fork, just take it and press the ends. Make it look real pretty, and then it seals it as well. So I'm just going to continue here and fill all these up, and then we have one more step before we put them in the oven. Okay, they're all done, and what I'm doing now is I have those couple that were made from the pieces, and they, kind of were opening, so I'm patching them with a little bit of extra dough. So all you do is if you see an opening somewhere, you just wet your finger and you just try to close it, and if it won't close, then just get a little patch and stick that on there, and that should work. Now what we're going to do is take that lightly beaten egg and we're going to brush all of these with that, and that's going to create this really beautiful golden brown outside, and it'll be really nice and shiny too. So just go around while they're right on the sheet like this and just brush them all. And then these are going to go into my preheated oven, 400 degrees, for about 16 to 20 minutes, and that's going to depend on your oven. So you just want to check them, and you want them to be nice and golden brown, and they might crack a little bit if you fill them up too much like I love to, but they'll still be good inside, and just reserve any that happens to for the cook's tasting. So I'm going to pop these into the oven, and I'll show you what they look like when they're all done. My empanadas cooked for 18 minutes, and here they are. And this is how I like to serve it. I put a little bit of sour cream and a little bit of salsa on there, and let's just cut it open. Okay, and it's delicious. Take a look inside. Wait, let me just show you. You see all of the chicken in there, and there's one of those chilies. Let me just take a bite of that. Cilantro, I love that, and the cumin, and the little pie crust is just crisp enough. I like the contrast of the textures and the flavors in here. They're really good. The recipe is on my website, dishinwithdi.com, and go over there and get all my other stuff too. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'd love to have you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. I hope I made your life a little easier, more enjoyable, and delicious. Bye-bye now.